She, me, you too. It's your boy Season, and I'm back with another reaction video. Now today's reaction video, we doing um story time with Reddit. What is your Tinder horror story? I thought it'd be different from my channel, so I decided to go ahead and do it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video. And if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K, like I always say. Let's go and get straight to this video.
What is your Tinder horror story? Talked to him for 2 weeks before we went out and no red flags, so we ended up going out to dinner. I said I hadn't been out in a while because I was trying to save money for a washer and dryer. He told me instead of saving for that I should save for a boob job. I didn't even know how to reply, so he followed up with, "No, it's not a bad thing. My sister and mom both had small tits and got boob jobs and they look amazing."
Wow.
This is all before the waitress even brought out drinks. I just got up and left. Well, I've only gone on one Tinder date.
Well,
We
you out
talked
of
for a bit
pocket.
and I agreed to pick her up at Starbucks. She looked nothing like her pictures, but I thought I should be nice and at least hang out with her for a bit. We went to her place and the entire house reeked like cat pee. Like saturated. Then as she proceeded to show me her massive collection of animal tail butt plugs, she screamed at her chihuahua and smacked it right on the nose, and without missing a beat just asks if I want to make out on the couch. I awkwardly sat down and pretended to look at my phone and made up that my grandma was dying so I could pho.
Wow.
This guy asked me if I would be interested in dating his dad. So I met this girl on Tinder and went for a lunch date. We had a pretty good connection, so we decided to have dinner as well. After having a few drinks, one thing led to another and ended up back at my place. We hooked up and went. The night I wake up, she's intensely staring at me while she's crouched behind the bed. I asked her if everything is alright. She said yes and got back into bed. I thought little creepy, but probably nothing to worry about. She lays down to cuddle with me and she's wet. At the time, I was like, damn, I must just be a stallion. Fast forward to the morning. She's gone and there's a wet puddle beside the bed. She peed on my floor. I still don't understand it. I had a bathroom, but maybe she just got lost and couldn't hold it. I did not hear from her again. Edit. Just want to be clear.
Oh,
we were both
Lord.
tipsy and not drunk. Met up with a Tinder girl at Dave and Buster's. She brought me there for a ducking pyramid scheme sign-up presentation. Guess I respect the hustle. First date. She wanted me to get into a bar fight with the perfectly friendly guy who'd bought us a round of shots that night. Why? Because she found out he was a Scorpio. Found a
Wow.
profile using a picture of me that was obviously ripped from my Facebook account. Come to find out it was my ex-wife trying to stir up drama and problems between my current wife and myself. A single friend of ours texted me a screenshot of it. My wife is an intelligent woman and didn't fall for it. This became a horror story for my ex because this, among other shady things she had done, landed her with stalking charges and identity theft charges. Sucks to be
Dummy.
stupid. Full story. The fake accounts was just the beginning. Not Tinder but Match.com, and right in its infancy too long time ago when it was just weirdos doing online dating. I matched and met up with a girl. She was way hotter than me. Like crazy hot. Way out of my league. The date was going super well and we'd even made out a bit. Couldn't believe my luck. We decided that as it was going so well we'd keep it going and headed to a bar. We were getting cozy in a corner when a group of African lads came into the bar. I live in a very homogeneous white country to the point that would even be noteworthy, especially at the time. She got up off where we were sitting and began shouting abuse at the lads who came in, saying they didn't belong here and dropping the N-word several times. I felt like that moment in a horror movie where the camera zooms in on your face and the background zooms out. I just got up and walked out. She tried to call me the next day to set up another date. I just ignored her, clearly ducking nuts. Too good to be true in the truest sense. Chatted with this girl for about 2 weeks. Every conversation went well and eventually I got her number and she started sharing nudes and speaking dirty. Late on evening after a stressful work day, she talks me into driving an hour to come get coffee with her. She spends the next hour and a half non-stop talking about her ex and how she has to see him at the bank and all this personal upset ex-girlfriend stuff. She cuts me off anytime I try to speak or change the subject right back to him. Day later I get a text about how I didn't do any talking and I was too boring to be anything more than just friends with. She got irate when I pointed out she would not allow me to speak and only wanted to talk about. Never once had a slow or boring conversation before meeting up. First
Snapped
date,
on her.
we went to see a movie.
Snapped
She brought
on
her
her.
sister along, without consulting me first, and I somehow ended up paying for both of their tickets.
Oh no. You guys said run me my money. Run me my money. Run me my money.
Bit of a doormat. Old me. We went to see Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Turns out, neither of them had seen a Star Wars film before, nor had any idea at all what was going on. Awesome. They ended at McDonald's after the movie with 1 hour plus of her eating fries one at a time, and her sister talking it about basically everyone at her work. To this day I'm not sure what that date was even about. There was no second date. This girl I matched with just messaged to troll me. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, don't talk to me unless you plan on ducking me with your 9-inch D. I forgot what my reply was, but she obviously never messaged back. Then a week later I'm getting McDonald's and this girl was the one who handed me my food. She recognizes me instantly and just had this total look of fear in her eyes. I walked out of there so quick. That poor girl thought I purposely sought her out to confront her or something. Met a guy. Decent conversation. Smart. Funny. Mutual nerdy hobbies. We decide to meet up at the local gamer bar and play some games while having our first date. Get him. Sit down. Dude has no teeth. Says a hack dentist told him they all had to be removed. Couldn't get dentures due to budget. Needed to wait for bone shards go fall out of his gums. etc. Proceeded to spit all over our food while talking. Which granted, I knew he couldn't help. But if he can hide something this big from someone, what else could he be hiding? Plus I couldn't stomach the thought of making out with someone with no teeth. Found this really hot woman close by. Talked for a bit and for pizza, then back to her place. A few weeks later I met her kid, who absolutely adored me. Now we live together and have another child. Deleted Tinder. Never again. Edit. This blowing up was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. He told me he's not gay, but he prefers to have sex with men and prefers to be on the bottom.
Wow.
I asked if he was bi and he said no, I'm straight, I just like getting ducked in the ass. Then he asked me if he could pee in my butt cause he's always wanted to try but he won't top guys so he can't find out how it feels. He's the head football coach of a private college in my state and that made it even weirder somehow. Edit. Just wanna add that I'm a woman and not a gay man at all, Romeo. This isn't actually my story. It's my mom's. After getting out of an incredibly long and unpleasant marriage, my mom joined Tinder. Stella wanted to get her groove back, and I was 100% on her team. I'm an adult. I can't emphasize enough. She was not looking for a long-term connection. Her work sent her out of state for a while, and everything seemed perfect. She's going to get her rando D and there's no chance of it getting serious. She's sending me screenshots of the guys she's considering. I'm giving her tips on safety, and then she picks a guy. I immediately tell her that he is not a wise choice. This guy's profile is 98% red flags by volume. Whatever. She's an adult. I literally cannot stop her.
You're right.
Somehow in the 4 hours they are physically together he figures out which flight she's taking the next day. He
Wow.
used that to find her final destination, and somehow even finds her home address. He uses the public tax information to find her full name, and from there hunts down her Facebook, and finds my dad, calls him on the phone, and dishes everything, sends him pictures and screenshots of converse. Then he starts sending my mom harassing messages that he loves her but that he can't trust her. Ultimately my mom had to call the police. Eat her. Oh. Whoa, I first silver. Thank you. I went to his place and we hooked up, but after he goes, so you wanna know what I'm really into? And I was like sure, and then he grabs my foot. I have a really irrational fear of people touching my feet, so I ran the hell out of there anyway. I get to the living room on the way out and it turns out to be his parents' house, and I look at his mother and see she was my old therapist. Me and a girl agreed to a hookup. This was a few years ago. We did the traditional swap nudes beforehand to make...
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot these videos are long, so I'm probably gonna do half the video, or yeah, probably half. Not doing this whole thing.
Sure, we both liked what we saw, and she shows up to my place 5 months pregnant. I asked how TF she hide that stomach, and she said, hey, you only asked to see my tits and ass. You never asked for a full body. Touch registered sign. But duck you. So I matched with this super attractive, super tall dude. We meet up for drinks and he's charming. All around seems like I hit the jackpot. I'm starting to wonder why on earth is he interested in me. Fast forward to us being back at his place. We're making out in buff along. I'm taking off his pants and with no notice from him. Bam, micro D. This little nub. Maybe 2 inches long and about the size of my me in the face.
Wow.
I don't judge and started playing with it. Thinking to myself, how are we going to have a 6? Maybe he's got pussy eating down to an art and it's going to be a hot night. Well, nope. Apparently he's not into that.
Wow.
He wants to skip oral. Go straight to penetration. I'm on my stomach and he starts ducking me from behind. He starts to dirty talk as well, asking me how much I love his big D and how I like having my pussy destroyed. I'm trying as best I can not to laugh and don't have the heart to tell him he's just ducking my thighs, not actually penetrating me. It doesn't take long until he comes and I'm stuck wondering what the hell just happened to me. Said she wanted to record us having sex so she could send it to her ex-husband. Over dinner she told me she enjoyed being hit and her favorite kind of sex was sapphire word rape. I deleted Tinder. It ended up being a double date with his mom and her Cupid date. He told me that he and his mom were a package deal. I was mortified that there was no second date.
I'm done. I can't look at no more of this. I can't look at no more. I cannot. But if y'all want more of these videos, man, hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope y'all guys enjoy. I'm out. Peace.